Arlington, Colby, and online at nwksradio.net.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Noting that the Biden administration never released a single Jeffrey Epstein file, President Trump has signed a bill directing the Justice Department to release all of the files, except for those that could hinder any investigations in progress. The Justice Department has 30 days to comply. Accused of stealing $5 million in FEMA COVID money, Florida Democrat Congresswoman Sheila Surfalis McCormick has been indicted. She insists that she is innocent of any wrongdoing. Job numbers MIA during the 43-day government shutdown are about to be released. The September jobs report is due out shortly. The U.S. trade deficit tumbled nearly 24% last summer as the Trump tariffs reduced the flow of imported goods. Watching Wall Street, Dow futures up 260 points. NASDAQ futures ahead 425. More details at srnnews.com.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
Every day I speak with people who are worried and are feeling a lot of pressure because of credit card debt. That's why I'm very proud of what we do at Trinity. We just help. We give people the support they need, along with a real plan to become debt-free. Credit card bills are consolidated into a single monthly payment that is much less than what they were paying before. Most of our members end up saving thousands and even may improve their credit scores by as much as 200 points. I know from the bottom of my heart that I'm making a difference in the lives of the people we help. It just makes me really happy.
If credit card debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-936-5496.
My name is Julie, and I'm a Trinity counselor. Call me and become debt-free for keeps.
1-800-936-5496.
Looking for insurance that actually puts you first? At the insurance agency in downtown Goodland, we're independent, which means we work for you. Whether it's auto, home, crop, or business, we shop top carriers to get you the best coverage at the best price. No pushy sales, just honest advice from people who live right here in your community. Give us a call today at 785-899-5011 or stop by 1020 Main in Goodland and let's get you covered. The Insurance Agency. Insurance the way it should be.
Convenience just got an upgrade. Farmers State Bank of Oakley is excited to announce the opening of our brand new ATM along Highway 40, right next to Sonic Drive-In. Whether you're grabbing a snack or on the go, you can quickly access your cash without the detour. It's banking made easy, right where you need it. Farmers State Bank of Oakley, member FDIC.
With NWKS Radio News, I'm Connor Schuh. This past Tuesday, another fire occurred in our listening area. A semi-truck caught fire on Highway 83 between Oakley and Scott City, right between the towns on the side of the road. The fire involved one person, and the driver of that truck was not hurt in the incident, according to the Logan County Sheriff's Office. The fire also stopped traffic for some time after the fire happened around 4:17 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday. The two-vehicle crash happened yesterday morning on K383 amidst the foggy conditions in northwest Kansas. K383 was closed down for 2 hours after the crash at 7:52 a.m. Central Time. The accident involved a 2010 Ford F-150 that hit the back of a 2022 Volvo semi-tractor as it was waiting to make a turn. The F-150 driver Jessica Lynn Ludowici was transported to Norton County Hospital with suspected minor injuries. For these and other stories, go to nwksradio.net.
Some patchy freezing fog this morning, most dense east of Highway 25. Watch for thick spots on bridges and elevated surfaces. Conditions will improve by mid-morning, but clouds will stick around through the day. A steady rain event is locked in to start later this afternoon and evening, continue overnight into tomorrow. Cloudy and cooler with highs 50 to 55. Lows tonight will stay above freezing in the upper 30s and low 40s, but widespread soaking rains are likely with an inch or more precipitation before it ends tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow will be gloomy, rainy, and chilly with highs stuck in the 40 to 45 degree range. North winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour, and tomorrow night skies clear. Lows will stay above freezing around 35. For Saturday, it'll be some sunshine, light south winds. Highs will warm nicely to the upper 50s to around 60. Sunday and Monday, another system will come out of Colorado. Expect rain chances to return. This meteorologist Chris Romick in the NWKS Radio Weather Center.
From drive-through banking to mobile deposit, we make it easy to get things done on your schedule. Banking should fit your life, not the other way around. This is Jessica Von Lintel at F&B Bank. Banking made simple. In a small town, your banker should know more than just your account number. They should know your name. At F&B Bank, we believe in real conversations, friendly faces, and decisions made right here at home. I'm Paige Sneathen, Vice President at F&B Bank, and we're proud to serve your family like our own. Member FDIC.
Looking for insurance that actually puts you first? At the insurance agency in downtown Goodland, we're independent, which means we work for you. Whether it's auto, home, crop, or business, we shop top carriers to get you the best coverage at the best price. No pushy sales. Just honest advice from people who live right here in your community. Give us a call today at 785-899-5011 or stop by 1020 Main in Goodland and let's get you covered. The Insurance Agency. Insurance the way it should be.
When you gotta go, but there's nowhere to go, who you gonna call? Topside Portables and Pumping, that's who. Weddings, job sites, farm parties, they've got clean, reliable porta potties that don't stink. Literally. And if your septic tank smells worse than last year's chili cook-off, they'll pump it out fast. No mess, no fuss. Family owned, Heartland values, always ready. Call 785-728-8089. That's 728-8089. Topside Portables and Pumping. When duty calls, they answer.
This fall, Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware has everything you could need. Keep your lawn strong with Ultimate Winterizer, the best defense before the frost. Warm up your evenings and create memories with a new fire pit. Or bring home the flavor with a great selection of grills and smokers from brands like Traeger, Blackstone, Green Egg, and more. And right now, the lumber prices are low, and so are the temperatures, making it the best season to tackle those outdoor projects. It's Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware with locations in Goodland and Colby. Open every day but Sunday.
Fall is here, and so are big savings at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas. Get a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation up to $7,000 off with eligible GMC loyalty. Check out the 26 GMC Arcadia 1.9% APR for well-qualified buyers. On the Chevy side, the 2026 Equinox is 0% APR, and the 26 Colorado Trail Boss gets $500 customer cash or 3.9% APR for well-qualified buyers. Harvest the savings this fall at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas. Online at hurlchev.com.
Are pests making your home or business uncomfortable? Call Pest Away in Goodland, Kansas, serving all of Northwest Kansas. They provide top-notch pest control services to keep your space safe and pest-free. From ants to rodents, termites to spiders, our expert team is here to help with effective, safe, and affordable pest control solutions. Don't wait. Call Pest Away today at 785-728-7166 for fast, reliable service. Your home or business deserves the best protection.
You ready? Watch out, frame!
It's time for the Morning Blitz with Ross Volkmer.
If you want to win in football, it all starts up front. Mass kicks ass.
And Connor Schuh.
He's the new guy.
The High Plains only local sports talk show. Broadcasting live on Goodland's Rocket 102.5 and video streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
They're basically idiots.
Covering it all from the preps.
Up ahead to Blair Lennon. Lennon, the crossover back to Cure. Hello, boom! A two-handed tomahawk flush.
To the pros.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Protection is good. Bold loads it up. He's got it. A receiver there. Franklin makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver.
The Blitz is presented by Hurl Chevrolet GMC, Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware, and F&B Bank. Along with
Equity Bank of Hoxie, Quinter, and Grinnell, the Insurance Agency, Pest Away LLC, Topside Portables and Pumping, and the Farmer State Bank in Oakley.
Let's go to work. Flip right corner, Burnett for three. It's short. Rebound, Landeboard. Jumping shot. Yes! Called over the front of the rim. Count it and one. Yes! Does it again.
KW up the floor. Kennedy works left elbow of the lane, drives in, flips it up over Bennett, and it counts. And a foul. That was all Kennedy Williams. She would not be denied.
Samaya off a screen, stops, pops, and hits. Another three. She just finds ways.
Petrovic lines up a three, and he hit it. Go. Mihailo Petrovic. Over the timeline. At the top of the key, Phylon pops a three-pointer, and connects! LeBaron Phylon Jr. He makes it 82-76 on the big first three-pointer.
Happy Thursday morning, everybody. Hope you're having a good start to this November the 20th. Welcome inside the Morning Blitz on Goodland's Rocket 1025, NWKSradio.net, as well as the Earl Chevrolet GMC video stream on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Appreciating everyone tuning in no matter which way you are doing so. On this overcast start of a Thursday, going to be a little cloudy to start, clear away. Temperature is going to be in the 50s. Did you happen to step outside last night at any point in time, Connor? I'm telling you, I thought it was just absolutely gorgeous. I think it was like 50 degrees, but there was no wind. It was beautiful.
It was very nice. I stepped out to get groceries around like 8 o'clock, and it was crisp. It was good.
It was a beautiful. So I had to go get more eggs, I'm guessing.
No, I had to get more coffee grounds. That was the deal.
Grounds. What kind of coffee are you going and looking for, or do you like to change it up?
I like to switch it up a lot. I'm going with more of a vanilla flavor from Private Selection. Have you heard of that brand?
Yes, I have heard of that.
It's good stuff.
Vanilla flavored.
Drinking it right now.
I see. You have. I give you credit. You're a coffee drinker in the morning. You're a coffee guy. It is not something I have ever really gotten into that much. It's not really my thing. I enjoy coffee every now and then. I look at it as more like a treat. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
More like a treat. But no, I do not drink usually typical coffee in the morning. I just use my own personal wake up system, I guess.
Fair enough.
So once again, I don't judge people for drinking coffee. More power to them. I just, I don't know. I am what you would call a foo-foo coffee drinker.
You're off the salt of life.
Oh, I do not drink black coffee. I do not drink anything that tastes. I need it to taste like something else other than coffee.
Starbucks guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like Starbucks too, so I understand.
I'm actually more of a scooters guy. I like scooters.
Okay.
I am a scooters guy. I like
mochas.
Mochas, yes, I love a good mocha. I love the Caramelicious lattes. I'm a big mocha. I'm a big latte guy.
Okay.
Ice, and honestly, I'm really only an iced coffee guy, not a hot.
Nothing hot.
Not usually. Just usually like the ice stuff.
Huh.
So iced caramel latte is usually my favorite. Most.
It's a good choice.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Anyway, glad you decided to join us on a Thursday morning, everybody. FP Bank text line is open at 785-899-2222. We will be getting to our NFL Power 5 coming up here in a little bit, week number 12 in the NFL season. Head coach of the Colby Community College women's basketball team, Darren Spence, will join us coming up in segment 2. Did you make it over to the event center last night? Watch some basketball?
Unfortunately not. I started my washer, and it like popped in my head that both the women's and men's teams were playing tonight, and it was at like the worst possible time when I started the wash. So I'm like, I had intended to go, but I'm like, I can't really, I can't stop it.
I got to finish this laundry.
Yeah, and I had a huge load of laundry, so it took like forever. So
understand
there was no chance.
That's all right. But anyway, Darren Spence will join us, Colby Community College women's basketball coach. Look forward to visiting with him. The Lady Trojans coming off a win last night over Independence in the Jayhawk Conference opener. We'll get some thoughts from him on the 25-26 season. And we'll touch a little bit more college hoops tonight. 2 regional teams in action at the Hall of Fame Classic in Kansas City. We'll get to that coming up here in segment number 3. But before we get into the NFL Power 5, I want to quickly highlight JUCO hoops last night. Boy, what a night it was. And I want to start with the Fort Hays Tech Northwest men. They were winners last night on the road at Pratt. 5-1 to begin the season. One of the better starts for Tech basketball in some time. But did you happen to pull up this box score and ever take a peek at this?
Yeah, I've got it up right now.
I mean, it was ridiculous. They win 87-62. Convincing win. They were up by 9 at half and pulled away in the second half convincingly. A convincing, 25-point win last night over Pratt. The performance from Riccardo Marzetti was unbelievable last night. A game-high 32 points. He did not miss a shot in 30 minutes of play from the field. He was 11 of 11 from the field. 7 of 7 from 3. He went 3 of 6 from the foul line. Missed 3 free throws. That's the kind of performance that is hard to overcome if you're an opponent when a guy goes 7 of 7 from behind the arc.
Doesn't happen, and I respect it. He's a true shooter. He had no assists.
Yeah, he was hunting shots all night long. In fact, there are only 10 assists on the night for Fort Hays Tech Northwest, who had 3 guys in double figures. Q Dixon came off the bench for 14, and Khalil Kelly had 13 points. Last night there for Fort Hays Tech Northwest, who once again gets an 87-62 victory over Pratt. Colby High School alum Hunter Vaughn, their top player, 14 points, 8 assists. did a little bit of everything on 5 of 10 shooting, did only hit 1 of 4 threes. So, and just not a good offensive night for Pratt. But Fort Hays Tech Northwest, what a performance from Ricardo Marzetti. My goodness, 32 points on 11 of 11 shooting from the field. That was nuts. What a performance from them. As the Tech Tigers, by the way, 5-1. Really, really great start to the season for the Tech Tiger men. Lady Tech Tigers last night, another loss for them, unfortunately. An 83-44 loss to Pratt. Got down 23-9 after the first 10 minutes and were unable to recover. Zoe Burton led them with 8 points, but they had multiple girls chip in around that. It's just they don't have a dominant scorer this year, it looks like, at least through the first few games. They got a lot of girls that can throw in about 3 or 4 made shots a game, and that's about it. Offensively, they are very, very I don't want to say inept. They're just not a great offensive team, so they're going to have to rely heavily on defense, and last night they could not do that. Pratt went out and shot 55% from the floor. So going to be hard to overcome. So the only way that I see Fort Hays Tech Northwest women winning any games this year is that they're defensively going to have to be locked in and keeping opponents to around 50, because that's about the maximum that they're going to be able to score is around that 50-60 mark, it looks like this year. But they remain winless so far. Once again, 0-6 to begin their season. And then over at the Event Center in Colby, the Lady Trojans with a nice 57-24 win, 24 points allowed. What do you think the shooting percentage was for Independence?
I've got it up. You want me to say it?
Yeah, sure.
20%.
20% shooting from the field.
9 for 44.
24 turnovers also was a problem for Independence. Desiree Ulmer had 21 points and 11 rebounds for Colby Community College to lead the way for them. Also got 13 points from Holcomb alum Jara Kruleski in a start for her in that game. But yeah, I mean, it was all about, look to me, the defense. 24 turnovers forced and just 20% shooting from the floor. It was a slow. Talk about a low-scoring game to start. I mean, it was only 8-5 after the first 10 minutes. So
it's incredible.
Offense was at a premium in the first quarter. But look at the Independence box score. There's not a single double-digit number in that. 5, 6, 9, and 4 were the points scored in a total quarter. Each quarter for Independence.
Gosh.
That was rough. That was tough. And then Colby Community College men, hate to say it, but it kind of seems like it's the same thing, just a different night. The Trojan men could not slow down the opposition. 102-87 they lose. Defense has been an issue for Colby so far this year. They have not been able to slow down opponents. They had 2 guys with 20-plus points in Independence. Trey Lewis with 31, who, by the way, hit 7 of 16 threes. And, by the way, Indy shot 14 of 29 from 3.
That'll do it.
That'll get it done. And then David Wilson had 22 points as well. Alu Diallo had 21 points for Colby Community College last night to lead them. DJ Kaysen had 19 points for the Trojans. But I've said it before. I think I'll say it again. Until Colby gets more things figured out on the defensive side, on how to limit opponents to around 80 points per game, I think it's going to be a tough go. They have not been able to slow down opponents shooting or scoring.
Yeah, because it seems like they can score to a degree, but
they can put it in. They can fill it up.
And I mean, they're having trouble shooting too. I mean, Colby shot 26% from deep, so that's also not really going to get it done, unfortunately.
But if you look at a lot of these scores, if you look against teams, they gave up 93 at Lamar the first time. They gave up 101 versus Lamar at home. They gave up 94 versus Northern Oklahoma Tonkawa. Then they gave up 78, a better performance there defensively, but then they gave up 102. So once again, if you're just looking at the box where you're like, defensively, they are not elite enough to help give themselves some wins at this point in time. As the Trojan men now 2-5 overall. They've lost 4 in a row. By the way, the Lady Trojans are 4-3 overall, but snapped a 3-game losing streak. But there you go. Your recap from the KJCCC openers last night for Colby Community College and Fort Hays Tech Northwest. Once again, player of the night, Ricardo Maserati. I keep saying Maserati, but it's Marzetti. 32 points on 11 of 11 shooting, including 7 of 7 from 3. So that was quite a performance right there from Ricardo. So there you go. A quick recap of what happened last night in JUCO hoops. I'll be interested to see when you get to go watch some Colby Community College basketball from time to time. Pop over there and see what you think of some of that stuff.
I've definitely had some takeaways from the couple times I've seen them. So we'll see how they progress.
Yeah, we'll see. Once again, I think defensive improvement will be on the docket for Coach Jared Stanford, which we'll get him on the show. Maybe next week I'll ask him about that, see what he says about the team's defense. But anyway, we're at 20 minutes past the top of the hour. Let's get into our NFL Power 5. It's week number 12. Overall, what are your thoughts on the slate?
It's not the best. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's not an amazing slate once again. In fact, one of my top 5 games, you'd think, why is that one even in the top 5? I don't even have an honorable mention game. I'll admit, I don't even have an honorable mention game. What do you got for your honorable mention game?
I mean, I don't have one drawn up, but I'll nominate the Browns with Shadur Sanders.
That's 5.
Shadur Sanders' first start. That's your 5?
It's my 5 game.
Oh my God. Well, Shadur's it's his first game. They're playing the Raiders. Maybe he can put up some yards with a full week of practice. That's my hope.
Here, I'll just continue on mine. This is my number 5, Browns at Raiders. Here's the thing: if you're Shadur Sanders and you get your first career start, what a better opponent. Is there a better team to go against?
Jets.
Right now, a team that can't really do anything offensively, so you don't have to score a ton as long as you avoid Max Crosby as much as you possibly can, which will be hard. But if you can do that, I mean, there's a great chance you could win this thing. If you're this is a very winnable game for the Browns. It's not like you're going up against, the Patriots in your first game or the Eagles or whoever else, the Colts. No, you got the Raiders in your first start. I mean, come on. I think
only issue,
a great deal for Shadur.
I think that the Browns' offensive line is maybe their biggest problem. So I think Max Crosby will not have trouble breaking up some double teams and getting to Shadur. So he's got to watch his blind side.
Still think the draw couldn't get a lot much better if you're Shadur Sanders.
Definitely. Yeah.
So. All right. What's your number 5 game?
It's Vikings-Packers. I mean, this maybe 5 weeks ago, this would have been a little more intriguing before the Vikings kind of face planted and J.J. McCarthy hasn't really shown any signs of improvement from that nice drive he had back in week 1 in the fourth quarter. But other than that, he's maybe put together 4 total quarters of good football, and this isn't even bias talking. It's rough watching him play quarterback. He's really struggling to adjust to the NFL level, but this is still a good opportunity for him to go out there and prove the doubters wrong against a pretty good Packers team. And it's not only good incentive for him, but I think for the whole team, because at this point, the Vikings are they're hanging on by their fingertips in the NFC North. They're pretty much out of it at this point, 4-6, but if they go on a little run, they still have a chance. So they have to win a game like this because it doesn't get easier. Then they get the Seahawks, and then they get a nice little respite with the Commanders, Cowboys, and Giants, but then the Lions and the Packers to end the year. So the Vikings need this one so bad, but so do the Packers because they want to catch the Bears right now because they're a half game back. So it's an important game in the division.
We got call him by his name. 9.
Nine's gonna figure it out, everybody, tonight or on Sunday.
Oh my! That game. I think because I think the Vikings are out of it. That game's not even on my list. Like the Packers should take care of them. Should and think about when the season began, we're thinking the Packers are going to be world beaters. They've kind of tapered off here. And
haven't been
it's
great.
Amazing the ebbs and flows of an entire season make you feel different about certain teams. That is for sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to move into number 4.
Number 4.
I am going with Eagles at Cowboys as my number 4 game. I'm starting to once again, maybe it's because ESPN has been banging this drum for so long. I don't know, but maybe I'm starting. Do the Cowboys have something here? Now, once again, they beat the Raiders, and I don't want to give a whole lot of stock to that, but they certainly made it look easy. Their defense, they made some trades. Logan Wilson, Quinnen Williams. They added some pieces defensively to help that defense. I don't know if it's enough, but they added some pieces there. And offensively, Dak is playing very, very good. I mean, he's having, I think, an MVP caliber type season. I don't know if he's going to win the MVP, but he's having a type of year like that. And I like Javonte Williams, what they added. I've liked him all year at the running back spot. I'm kind of curious. And the Eagles, they've been like that engine that's, it's like it takes off and it stops and it takes off and it stops, just herky-jerky the whole season long. And I don't know. I question, do the Cowboys have something cooking here? I tell you what, they certainly do if they go out and they find a way to take down the Eagles at home. I think that's a big one. And according to the experts, if they win this Eagles game, the schedule lightens up a little bit. They have a chance to go on a run and maybe make the postseason despite what was a really rocky start. So Eagles at Cowboys, my number 4.
Yeah, it's not crazy to say. I mean, the Cowboys are scoring the second most points per game in the entire National Football League right now. So watch out. But my number 4, Bills at Texans. That is your Thursday night game. So if you want to hop on Amazon Prime, you can watch Houston try to hang on with Buffalo, which I think it's possible right now. I know Josh Allen was a world beater last week and just went nuclear, 6 touchdowns. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but he's still turnover prone. He threw 2 picks, and I think he had a fumble as well. But they're 7-3 right now. They're kind of just in this weird season so far. You beat up the Chiefs, you lose to the Dolphins, and you beat up the Buccaneers. Who are you? What type of team is this? I think they're a great team, but
Got me. I have no idea who the Bills are.
It's confusing. And they're playing at the Texans, who are 5-5, and there's an argument you can make that they have the best defense in football. It's them or the Broncos at this point. The Colts have an argument as well. But man, that Texans defense is tough, and they're gonna make Josh Allen really struggle, especially on their home turf in Houston, pretty far away from Buffalo. Tough for those fans to travel. And CJ Stroud, well, he's not playing. I'm pretty sure he's still out. We got Davis Mills at the helm, and he's actually played pretty well for all things considered coming in. He's won each of his starts, and he's thrown for over 700 yards, and including a couple relief appearances, but he's done enough to keep the ship afloat, and I think they can do it against a Bills defense that's good, but maybe a little questionable at times. I think this will turn out to be a little bit closer than the 6-point spread indicates.
I think it could be an interesting Thursday night game tonight for sure. Bills at Texans. Like I said, great dynamic offense. You think I couldn't agree with you more. I don't know what to make of the Bills. Some days they look like world beaters. Other times the world beats them down into a hole. So I don't know. It's very weird. My number 3 game, I am going with AFC and NFC North Division leaders face off. Steelers at Bears. Interesting game. It's great. It's cold weather football. You think Bears, you think Steelers. And how about the storyline of Aaron Rodgers going back to Chicago, where he is not beloved, to say the very least.
He's made a lot of money there.
Hated. Bears fans hate him. And I love how the Steelers media asked him about him going back to Chicago. And he's like, it's been, I'm at a different team now. Can we let bygones be bygones?
He doesn't think that.
No, it's really true. Look it up. There was a quote about it. I swear. That's what he said. I just want bygones be bygones.
I bet a lot of money he's lying. He's going to go out there and
that
torch
could be.
him.
And he probably could go out there and do that. I don't feel like he has the weapons around him. But you talk about the Bears, though. This is a Bears team that you kind of look at them like, how are you still winning? Because they're kind of like the Bills. Like sometimes they look good, but a lot of times they don't. But they still find ways to pull out wins to the Chicago Bears. I mean, are they the worst 7-3 team in the NFL? Maybe. I don't know.
Right now, yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't. So I don't know. But the Steelers, if they have Aaron Rodgers, even though his play has definitely declined the last few years, they still have him, and he's playing in Chicago. And I want to see, does he light them up again, or do the Bears get the last laugh in a different for him in a different uniform? I want to find that out. That's my number 3 game.
And it's also my number 3. The Bears haven't really beat anybody this year. Their best win to this point is probably winning at Minnesota last week, maybe beating the Cowboys back in week 3. But other than that, they haven't really beat any like bona fide good team yet. So this is a huge, huge test coming up. And at least they get to do it at Soldier Field. So we'll see if they can get it done. But this is really the prove it week for them, and what's been a good offense this year, I'd say. But that defense has had a lot of problems. They've been able to force turnovers to a degree, but largely they've had to outscore teams to win. But I'll leave it at that. I think it's going to be a good game.
Number 2.
I think my number 2 game is going to be Chiefs at Colts. It could be the number 1 game, but I'm going to go number 2. In my notes below, I put, "Hello, KC, are you alive? Hello." I don't know. I don't know where the Chiefs are mentally. I have no idea. There's too much talent on that team to say that the season's over. But 5-5, it's not looking good. They have to pretty much win out to make the playoffs at this point in time, as we've talked about, or go 6-1 down the stretch. Pretty much win out. And they're against the Colts, who are coming off a bye, are well rested. They've got the best rusher in the entire league, and Jonathan Taylor, who just continues to tear up defenses. Look, the Chiefs have a good defense. They have a good offense. They have these things, but they just haven't shown it on a consistent basis this year in any shape or form. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Who's going to show up? Who's going to play well for the Chiefs? Are they, as on that, like you mentioned earlier, you said the Colts defense, maybe one of the top 3 in the NFL. So I don't know. I don't even know what to expect. I think the Chiefs are actually 3.5-point favorites at this point in time. But nothing has really proven to me in the last few weeks that the Chiefs deserve that recognition. So Chiefs, Colts. And this is in Indianapolis, right? Or is it at Kansas City?
It's in Kansas City.
Sorry, Kansas. So it's in Kansas City. So that's probably why the 3.5 points gives it there. But yeah, I don't know. Hello, Kansas City. Are you there? Are you alive? Want to figure that out. That's my number 2.
Well, I'm going to pocket that one because it's going to come up a little bit later. But
okay,
the Bucs at the Rams is my number 2. I think this is going to be a tougher one for the Buccaneers. That's why I have it at my 2. But Tampa is kind of up against it. The Panthers are breathing down their neck for the NFC South. Who would have thought that? But right now they need every win they can get, and it might be a little bit of a struggle going to SoFi and getting a win against a Rams team that just feels like a juggernaut. Probably the best team in football, I think you could argue right now. Top 6 offense and defense scoring wise. There's going to be some fireworks for this one. And thankfully they got it right and made this one the Sunday night game.
It works out great for me. That's my number 1 game, Bucs at Rams. Bucs have to have this. They kind of need it. They've had, talk about a tough schedule for the Buccaneers. I mean, think about who they've played the last few weeks. It's been hard. They've had the Patriots in there. They've had the Bills. Now they've got the Rams. I mean, they've had the gauntlet to go through. I still think they need this one. They still have a talented team, but you're going up against the best team in the NFC, it seems like right now in the Rams, which credit to Matthew Stafford. I mean, my goodness, that guy has extended his career with his play. He's feeding all of his weapons. They're running the ball well, not only with Kyron Williams, but Blake Corum, one of Connor's favorite players of all time, is having a great showing there in the NFC West with the Rams. But Bucs at Rams, my number 1 game on Sunday Night Football. I think it's going to be a good game, and I really think the Buccaneers almost have to have it. They've kind of had a tough stretch here. I don't know if they can pull it out or not, but I think they got to have it.
All right, I'll give some quick thoughts about Colts Chiefs because that's obviously number 1 game. And that's I think the Chiefs still have a shot in this one because all their losses have been close to this point, and they haven't struggled to score points or stop points. They're 9th in the league in points scored per game, 4th in the league in points allowed. They still have a great offense and defense, and Mahomes has been a little down, but he's still playing very well. And I mean, on the other end, it's just that running game has really kind of snaked him. But if Mahomes can look like normal Mahomes, I think they got a shot at this one. And again, they're going to try to scrape together any win they can get down the stretch. And it gets easier. They have games against the Cowboys and the Titans and the Raiders after this, so you can chalk those up as wins potentially, probably for them. So if they can get this one, they got to be riding high going into that stretch.
Yeah, that's a great point. You know, if they lose this game, all of a sudden they're 5-6, and you're like, well, now what? You know,
yeah,
we're done. But if they win it, it could possibly be a springboard. Could be. You're exactly right. So There you go. NFL Power 5 week number 12. Not the greatest slate of games, but once again, a slate nonetheless. All right, let's get to break. We'll come back with Darren Spence, Colby Community College women's basketball coach, coming off a win last night over Independence. We'll talk with him next here on the Blitz.
If you're shopping for a banking institution, visit with Equity Bank of Hoxie, Grinnell, and Quinter, Kansas. The Equity Bank is heavily invested in local business and activities contributing in many ways back to their community. Their employees are involved with many organizations and area events. Plus, a lot of experience comes with that staff. You'll find valuable local assistance when you bank at the Equity Bank of Hoxie, Grinnell, Quinter, and other locations in Western Kansas. The Equity Bank, member FDIC.
Fall is here, and so are big savings at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas. Get a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation up to $7,000 off with eligible GMC loyalty. Check out the 26 GMC Arcadia 1.9% APR for well-qualified buyers. On the Chevy side, the 2026 Equinox is 0% APR, and the 26 Colorado Trail Boss gets $500 customer cash or 3.9% APR for well-qualified buyers. Harvest the savings this fall at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas. Online at hurlchev.com.
It's time for a check of the markets with the Anderson Trade Group on the Kansas Farm and Ranch Radio Network.
Good morning, this is Tom Saluda with the Anderson Trade Group with your overnight market report on November the 20th. In the overnight session, beef corn was up 1 1/4 at 4.31, March corn up 1 1/4 at 4.42 1/2, and May corn up 1 1/4 at 4.50 1/4. January soybeans were up 5 at 11.41 1/2, March soybeans up 5 at 11.50 1/4, and May up 5 at 11.58. Kansas City hard red winter wheat December was up 4 at 5.19, March KC wheat was up 3 at 5.35, and May is up 3 at 5.47. The Dow Jones is currently up 460 points at 46,672. The S&P is up 108 points at 6,769. NASDAQ is up 518 points at 25,240. Gold is slightly down at 4,080 an ounce, and crude oil is slightly up at 59.86 a barrel. If you're out in the Colorado area and have any grain to market or risk management questions, please call John Hanke or John.
For every kind of driver. For the car enthusiast, E15 has higher octane. For the thrifty driver, E15 is priced lower than regular unleaded. For the nature lover, E15 provides cleaner air. For the shopper who buys local, E15 has more ethanol from our Kansas corn farms. Choose E15 for a higher octane, lower price, and cleaner American fuel. This message from the Kansas Corn Commission. Learn more at kscorn.com.
It's game time.
What time is it? Game time!
You're listening to the Morning Blitz.
"21 minutes to the top of the hour on a Thursday, November the 20th. Right now, 34 degrees outside, on our way to a high in the low 50s. And chances of some precipitation coming in tonight and rolling on into tomorrow. Might even, in some western portions of our listening area, see some of the white stuff possibly here. We will see.
Hope so.
You need your snow. You're missing it.
Yes.
Missing that snow from back home.
Need it.
Have you had any snow at all back home yet?
There was close by, like a little farther south.
Okay. It was so funny because I saw it last night. My wife showed me that it's actually snowed in Hawaii before it snowed in Denver.
Hawaii?
Hawaii. There was snow in Hawaii. Yeah. So one of those type of deals. But apparently there's a small chance of it possibly coming here this weekend. Anyway, let's get to the phones. Waiting there patiently is Colby Community College women's basketball coach, Darren Spence, who joins us now. Good morning, Coach. How we doing? Got to be feeling good after a win last night, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How you guys?
We're doing well. Thank you so much. I'll tell you, a nice win last night for your ladies, a 57-24 win over Independence. Boy, you got to like that kind of defense, don't you?
Yeah, it's we've got a good team. This is year 3 for me here. I like our group. We started the year off 3-0, and then we got hit with the injury bug hard. So it's we're still without 2 of our top 2 playmaking guards. So it's been challenging, and we played some really good teams, but it's also been good in the way that some of our other kids have had to play. They've had to jump in there and fill that void, and they did a really good job last night for us.
Coach, you've done a lot of reclamation projects in your time over the course of your coaching career. What stands out about year 3? What are you looking for in year number 3, as you mentioned, to know that once again that you continue to be on the right path?
Well, when you say that, the first thing that came to my mind was I'm not very smart. I've taken on some real fixer-uppers, and at all levels, Division I, JUCO, D2, but it's where the good Lord needs me, and that's what I do. But we have 6 returning players this year. 4 played a lot for us a year ago. 1 was an all-conference player, so they brought a sense of urgency this year. We added a couple transfers, so we stayed a little older. But then we've also added some freshmen that are playing at a high level for us. I just like our daily work ethic. They're good people, and I've decided years ago that if I'm going to get beat, I'm going to do it with good people around me. And at this stage in my career, I want people in our program who I like. That means they have to be pretty decent players too. But, if you're going to get beat, you might as well do it with some people that you like to have around. And this group, they just show up, come to work every day, and they're getting better.
Coach, when you look back at, last year when you went 16-16, that was a double the wins from what you had in your first year of 8. How much easier is it to go out on the road and recruit and get young ladies to come to your program with the signs of progress that you've shown through the first couple of years?
I'd like to say it's easier, but it's not, because our league is so good. So we've stepped up into a much more difficult line of people to recruit against. There's some things in place for us that do help us. And then there's some challenges that we have to face daily, location being one, but we're still trying to build some kind of tradition in this program that's not ever been there. So, it's a daily task for us, but I think we've been into Colorado a lot. I see that as a place that we can go to get some better kids. Obviously with the experience I have in this state, we've been able to tap into some Kansas kids, and that's really important. But again, we still, the competition to get those kids is a lot tougher these days. But, we've got people that are a lot more familiar with our program and what we're doing. And when you've been doing it as long as I have, the relationship building process is so important. And that in itself can help us get in the game with recruits, not necessarily get them all, but it does allow us to be in the game longer.
Coach, when you're making those recruitment visits and you're talking about the identity of your team and your program, how do you describe that?
Well, our philosophy, it's been this way for years and at all the levels. It's called the We Do philosophy. And all that is a simple twist on I got so tired of being the coach and also being the player where the coach handed out this, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this list at the first team meeting. So I spun it years ago in more of a proactive way. It still means the same thing, but instead of saying don't miss class, we say we do go to class, we do prepare, and so it's just more of a let's try to find a way to get things done approach to it. And it catches on. It's been good for me for a lot of years. It's easy to go the cynical and get down way. So I just thought, what, it's a lot more enjoyable to be a little bit more proactive. I don't want to use the word positive because I think people use that way too much because this is hard. It's a hard job. But if we can keep people moving in the right direction, I think we have a chance to get better daily. And that's what that we do philosophy is all about.
Darren Spence, our guest, Colby Community College women's basketball coach, joining us on the Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware hotline here on this Thursday morning. We're talking about recruiting, but a big part about recruiting is also retaining your roster in today's era of college athletics. And, to bring back girls like Desiree Ulmer and Jarrett Kruleski and Isha Potts and add other gals as well. I mean, how big was it to get these returners to come back for another year?
It's huge, and in this day and age, especially in small colleges, it's all about getting bodies in the classrooms and retaining them. And that's what your administration's going to, harp on you. We as coaches, especially the Olding ball coaches, we wish it was more about let's go win titles, but it's really not these days. Division I has dictated how the landscape is with transfer portal. In fact, in my Division I years, I was on the original committee. We met at the national office about transfer portal years ago. And that's not even close to what it was intended to be. But kids can pack up and leave, and it happens at our level, happens at the highest level. So what's important is how we build relationships with these kids, let them see that they are valued. And then you just got to hope that they that they want to stick it out for 2 years. And here's the challenge though, with especially our Kansas kids. They are taking so many college hours while they're in high school that a lot of them can only stay for 1 year at the JUCO level because they're going to graduate in a year or a year and a half. And so that's become a big challenge just to keep kids for the second year. That's a lot of people don't quite see yet. And that's hitting a lot of us here in the Jayhawk Conference for sure.
Coach, you opened up an interesting story there. You talked about being on one of the original committees talking about the transfer portal, and you said it did not end up the way you intended. How is it supposed to look?
Well, it was supposed to be a way that if it just didn't work out for kids and it wasn't the right fit, that they would be able to move on to another school. Well, now we got, and let's be honest, coaches are pushing kids into the transfer portal. It's not just the kid waking up, selfish and disgruntled. It's the other way around too. But it's giving kids an easy out where they don't have to stick it out and try to handle the hard. But at the same time, we got kids that are in their fourth college, and I'm talking about the highest level, Division I. You watch a game and they're talking about this guy's at his fourth school. And so it's somewhere along the line, we've missed out on what the student athlete experience is supposed to be about. Very small percentage of those guys, I'm talking about guys, are going to go in the NBA, but you've got guys that have no chance of going in the NBA, but they're in their third and fourth college. So it's really hard to find any stability in programs these days. And, we joke about the Division I coaches now are all like JUCO coaches, and they don't really like it, but they have to embrace it because that's the way it is now. But I think we've opened up that can of worms that nobody thought it would be that way, but because the NCAA is so afraid of litigation cases these days, they just sign waivers and kids can do whatever they want to do.
Fascinating. Darren Spence, our guest, Colby Community College women's head basketball coach. Coach, I want to go back to your team a little bit. One thing that always stands out to me about your roster when I look at it is I see some names that I knew when they were in high school. Jared Korleski from Holcomb, who's back for her second year, and former Colby High School point guard Logan Nolan's on the team this year. Can you talk about Jera and her development coming into year 2, and also about what you see out of young Logan Nolan?
Yeah, Jera is a kid that she's not big. I call her wiry strong. She's a really good shooter, has really good range. Her defensive play's gotten so much better this year, which has really helped her overall game. And she's just, one of those 4.0 students that gets mad if she has a low 90 on a test. Great kid, great family. Just a big part of our program. And Logan is the hometown kid. Her mom is our executive vice president on campus. Dad teaches on campus. She's like, I tease with her, she's the local royalty. But Logan is such a gym rat. She's such a smart player. She's a good player. She's just on the small side. But I'm telling you, with our recent case of injuries, Logan's had to play a lot for us. And last night, she played really well, fighting off, presses, and she just makes the right decisions. If she was 5'9", she would, with her skill level, she'd probably be at a higher level place right now. She's that good of a player. She's just 5'3", but she's got a toughness that very few people have, and she's that ultimate gym rat that you hope everybody on your roster would be. And so she's been a joy to have for sure.
Coach, what are you hoping to see out of your team improvement wise here over the next couple of games?
Well, we're probably 3 games out from being back fully healthy. Our leading guard, Perry Lewis, and our leading scorer, Olivia Holgren, have both been out for a long time, and that makes us a totally different team. So I'm hoping we can get everybody back by the Cali home game on the 29th. So until then, everybody else has to keep learning and keep adjusting and keep growing. And I think in the long run, that's going to help us. The Jayhawk Conference has 24 games. We're 1 down, so we have 23 left, and so we need to be playing our best basketball, down the stretch. I think this group, if we can remain healthy, we've got a chance to, get a home playoff game, which means I'd like to finish 1 through 4. That means you'd get a bye, but 5 through 8 get the home game, and I think that's a legitimate goal for us this year. Whether it's 5 or 8, we'd still be playing at home, and so that's the immediate goal for us right now.
Head coach of the Colby Community College women's basketball team, that's Darren Spence. Coach Spence, thank you so much for taking some time this morning. Best luck to you and the girls. We'll catch up as the season progresses on.
Yeah, thank you very much. My pleasure. You guys have a great day.
Thanks, Coach. Once again, great stuff there from Darren Spence, Colby Community College women's basketball coach. Lady Trojans currently sitting at 4-3 to begin this season. But like he said, been riddled with some injuries. Hopefully going to get those things to run. Their next game coming up down at Seward County in Liberal on Saturday. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap the show with some major college basketball talk next. You're listening to the Morning Blitz on a Thursday.
Okay, team. Gift production is behind schedule. Ideas?
We can go to the CVB NWKS Radio Christmas Marketplace.
Yes, it even goes for 3 days, November 28th, 29th, and 30th. Price is solved.
Does that mean we can have a cookie break?
After the meeting.
Let the elves relax. Get your gifts at the Colby CVB and NWKS Radio Christmas Marketplace at the Colby Event Center, November 28th, 29th, and 30th.
The team at Burlington Ford would like to wish you happy holidays. They want to help you find the perfect vehicle and take care of it too. During this holiday season, ride in style with a new or pre-owned Ford from Burlington Ford on Rose Avenue in Burlington.
This time of year, Don Hazelett and the crew at Farm and Ranch Realty of Colby would like to thank you for your overwhelming support this last year. They're already lining out spring auctions. Again, thank you for your business. From Farm and Ranch Realty of Colby, Kansas, online at farmandranchrealty.com.
A storm's rolling in, and Farmer Dale's bargain barn is wobbling like jello at a rodeo.
I knew I shouldn't have gone with Discount Dave.
But wait, what's that in the sky?
Never fear, Supervan the Morton Man is here. Your trusses are toast, your steel is sad, but I've got 26-gauge strength and laminated justice.
Another building saved, another farmer regret-free.
Don't just build like a hero with Supervan the Morton Man.
Mike and the team at Cowboy Corner Express want to wish you happy holidays and invite you to stop by throughout the season for hot or cold drinks, fresh baked goods, pizza, and so much more. Drop by and see what they have this holiday season at Cowboy Corner Express in Goodland.
Breaking down the plays, the players, and the passion.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
This is the Morning Blitz.
Don't forget, coming up, it is Sherman County Gibbs Match Day. That is December 2nd. Going to be happening at the Price Convention Center from 7 to 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And we'll be there broadcasting live the Morning Blitz on December the 2nd. Hope you come out and say hello. And, of course, give great donations to great causes with the 10th annual Match Day with Sherman County Gibbs. Well, I'm going to turn to our area college basketball expert here, Connor Schuh. What games did you watch last night? There was Arizona-UConn. There was a great one late between Illinois and Bama, which Illinois let us down, let the Big Ten down. Silly.
Illinois-Bama was the one I was keyed into, especially late. Man, that LeBaron Philon kid on Bama is so good. I think he scored maybe 10 points in the last 2 minutes of regulation. He can't be stopped in the clutch. He was a lot of fun to watch, but Illinois, I think they put up a good enough fight to where we don't really have to worry at all about them against good teams. The young Stojakovic, Andre, he's really good. And then Kylan Boswell, another name to watch out for, one of their guards. He can play.
I tell you what, the broadcast announcer for Illinois, I don't know his name, but he has his work cut out for him every night. Because there are some names.
A lot of Euro guys. They have the Ivicic brothers, Zvonimir and Tomas, I think.
And they got Andrej Stojakovic and David Mirkovic and then Mihailo Petrovic. I mean,
yes.
It's like calling the 1980s game on ice miracle with the Soviet Union out there or something.
Yeah.
It is.
It's true.
But it's true. I mean, look at the names of some of these guys for Illinois. I mean, it's amazing. Then they got a guy named Jake Davis. Thank goodness for Jake for having a simple name, Jake Davis.
And he plays.
How about Humrickhouse? That's another interesting name.
Ben Humrickhouse. Yes.
Great.
He can shoot it.
See, these are the things that broadcasters think about while we're watching games. Like, oh my gosh, think about the tongue twisters we got here.
This is true.
Oh my, that's what I keep thinking about when I watch Illinois. Anyway, tonight it is the Hall of Fame Classic in Kansas City at the T-Mobile Center in KC, and a couple of regional teams will be competing there. The late game, 7:30 Mountain, 8:30 Central Time, 4-0 Kansas State against 2-1 Mississippi State, who, by the way, K-State 2.5-point dogs currently, even though this is pretty much a home game for them. We'll see what the Wildcats do. They struggled with Tulsa last time out. See if they can take care of Mississippi State. And the game before that, Nebraska 4-0 against 3-1 New Mexico. I'll be glued to my screen for this. Nebraska 8.5-point favorites. That's surprising. You know what my favorite nickname for this Nebraska basketball team is that I've seen it been called?
Let's hear it.
They call them the Exciting Whites.
They do have a lot of white guys.
Yes, a lot. It's actually quite ridiculous how many there are. But they call them the Exciting Whites, and we'll see if they can continue to shoot the cover off the basketball despite not playing in the Pentagon or Pinnacle Bank Arena. But yeah, New Mexico, that'll be talk about a contrast of two different styles. I have a feeling between New Mexico and Nebraska, but two interesting games tonight between Kansas State, Mississippi State, and Nebraska, New Mexico. Both those games You can watch on Peacock. And, of course, 100 Point Through the Ride is where you can catch K-State basketball. You going to watch any of those games, or those not good enough to trip your trigger?
I don't have Peacock, unfortunately.
Don't have Peacock? Oh.
I don't have it. I might have to invest because I can see pretty much everything except for that. I think I'll throw on 100.3 the ride though. I think I'll listen to a bit of the game.
I am going to say, I want to say this real quick. I could be wrong, so don't hold me to this. But I think if you have YouTube TV, they recently added what is called the NBC Sports Network. It's a recent add to their channel listing. I think you have to go into your settings and what do they call it? Where put it in your lineup, because otherwise it's kind of it's covered up. But if you put it in, I believe it will be broadcast on that as well. I believe.
Unfortunately, that's the other thing I don't have.
Didn't have that ever. Well, see now you were in the driver's seat a couple weeks ago when I didn't have ESPN, and now it's flipped.
Because DirecTV is the big one for me. That gets me almost everything. Yep. And then ESPN Plus and League Pass kind of pick up the slack.
We'll see. Maybe I'll share my password and stuff with you so you can watch Peacock. There you go.
Wouldn't mind.
Help a brother out. By the way, I do think Peacock has one of the better college basketball broadcasts. It's really good. I've been impressed with it.
I know you don't watch the NBA, but have you seen their NBA presentations? They have been awesome.
For ESPN or NBC?
For NBC/Peacock.
I have not seen it, but you know what? I'm not surprised because if you think about it, NBC, think how long they were out of the game. They didn't have anything. Didn't have NFL. They didn't have anything. They lost kind of everything. After, they did a lot of things for a while, then they were gone. And now they're
still as grand as it used to be, I would say.
But they're back in the game, and they're probably like, if we're going to get back in the game, by God, we're going to have to spend the money. We're going to have to make it worth the while.
Yes, they're doing that.
I understand why. I've been impressed with NBC. Do they do the NBA game where the three hand goes up and comes back down?
I'm pretty sure, but the big thing is they got Round Ball Rock back. They play that with the intro. They show the whole city skyline going into the game, and it's like you're watching a movie.
Really? I'll have to tune in and see that. Well, the thing that I like, one of my favorite, and it's so dumb, is on the bug at the bottom during the score. If you watch the game tonight, you'll see it when the team hits a three, this hand logo 3 comes out of it and then comes down. And it splashes down.
That's cool.
The deal, and it changes it from a 3. It's super cool. I think it's cool. I don't know why, but it's neat. All right, there you go. College basketball tonight. Catch K-State, and if you want to watch Nebraska as well, they're on Peacock tonight, or 100 Points to the Ride with K-State basketball.
And back lifts his ball deep to right. How about a walk-off Brady? Thomas to the 10. Denver's going on to New England. They win it on the first play of overtime. Mahomes swings it. It's there. Hardman. Jackpot. Kansas City.
Chiefs rookie left tackle Josh Simmons spoke with reporters yesterday for the first time since returning from a 22-day absence from that family situation. He did not share details, but he's been a huge part of the Chiefs already this year as a rookie. Last against Denver, he allowed just 2 pressures and 49 pass blocking snaps. He's been a huge part for Kansas City this year, but it was an interesting situation to see a guy step away and not really have any really true explanation for it. So anyway, that's a kind of an interesting deal. Anything else in the walk-off we're missing today?
In terms of local stuff, probably not. But there was we talked about college basketball last night, but I know I'll be watching probably a worse game than the K-State and Nebraska games for a little bit. Ohio State versus Western Michigan. Let's go. On Big Ten Network. I have Big Ten Network.
There you go. You can watch that. All right, that'll do it for our program today. We're back again tomorrow for a Football Friday. Hope you tune in. John Bett's going to join us on Friday from Kansas Pregame Magazine to talk about playoff football games that are going on across the state. So tune in for that. We'll see you tomorrow here on the Morning Blitz.